Energy. I'm giving nothing but energy. Pop Smoke. No, I'm fucking with you. But for real. So this is I'm putting y'all on Game for Real Part 2. Okay. They can feel your energy. People think, right, to another observer, right? If I'm gaming a girl and my homie's observing me and they're like, damn, that was a fire ass line. They can, listen to what I'm about to tell y'all, man. Listen, man. My homie can go say exactly what I just said to 100 women and get turned down every time because the energy is not right. It's an illusion. People think they're reacting to the words. No, no, no. The words are laced, filled, injected with your energy. That's what they're reacting to. They're not reacting to your words. They're not reacting to your lines. If she's right, what's the word? What's the line? She's feeling you. Feeling. She don't feel your words. She feels your energy. Words can't be felt. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but those words hurt my feelings. Right. That's your interpretation of the words, not the actual word. Right? She's interpreting your energy through your words. So and this is in sales, this is with women, this is in life. Great game has nothing to do with what you say, right? It's not even how you like the how you say it is energy. That's honestly more important than what you're saying. It's how you're saying it, and that comes from the energy. And the energy comes from how do you feel about yourself, how do you feel about her, how do you feel about the world. And how you feel about the world and yourself and her comes from how you see yourself, her, and the world. So you want to change your game, you I'm telling you, it makes more sense for you to actually not go to a pickup coach. It makes more sense for you to go to someone like Peter Crone. If you want to get better at game, it's longer term though. You're not going to go to Peter Crone once and you're just going to be out here slaying. You know what I'm saying? You got to go to Peter Crone for probably a couple years because it takes time. But once the beautiful thing about the game of perception, once you get it down, and you become really skilled at it, it like you can make changes at that rate of skill in a day, a week, or a month that previously when you had no skill could take you a year, right? So it just takes a year or two to get good at the game of perception. And I'm not talking about like manipulating how people see you. I'm talking about changing how you see yourself. Because once you do that, you're not going to give a fuck about how other people see you. You know what I'm saying? And that is even better game, but that all comes from the perception work. You know what I'm saying? So Peter Crone, Jiddu Krishnamurti, David Diane Fisher, those people, right? I think their levels. I think those are actually the levels of advancement. I think David is the most consumable, then Peter, and then Jiddu. So I would start with David. Look him up on IG. You can pay him to work with him, and it's not going to be anything game related. It's going to be about your childhood. Okay, it's going to be about your mom and dad. All right. Um, and then Peter, he dresses it up a lot like better than David because David's like no frills. He's not here to do shit. If you if you study and work with David long enough and then you go work with Peter, you'll realize that David is like against Peter. He's like, and not even against, he's just against people making a shit ton of money off of what Peter does. So David is like the great value version of Peter. He's like, hey, I purpose, and he wants to do that. That's his intention. He doesn't want to charge you and make millions of dollars. He wants to talk to you one time and then that's it. Like he purposely will try to not work with you. I was like, hey, I'm a different kind of client. Like I want to learn how to do what you do. And the only way for me to do that is to have more calls with you to like learn, right? And understand like why your brain works the way it does and why you're doing and saying the things you're saying so that I can get into your head and then operate, in a similar fashion, right? So I was a bit different case. Then I got into Peter because I was like, yo, like I started working with David enough. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, how do I? And he's like, all right, you want me like go to Peter Crone. Okay, you really want to learn how I'm doing and see someone doing it? Go to Peter Crone. I went to Peter Crone. I'm like, damn, David is just ripping off exactly what the fuck Peter Crone's doing. So then I started studying and spending money on Peter Crone like a motherfucker. And then Peter Crone, I eventually found out that he studied Jiddu Krishnamurti. And then I studied fucking Jiddu Krishnamurti. And then Jiddu Krishnamurti's like, I ain't study nobody, motherfucker. Fuck everybody. And I was like, all right. So I was like, fuck everybody. You know, I still love Jiddu and still watch him, but I watch those guys a lot less now. I'm more so just like, okay, this is the game, this is my life, these are the rules to the game. Let me live my life and look at it through these rules. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I feel this way. Okay, how I feel is not about them, so don't put it on them. Focus on me, because I used to put it on them. Because when you put it on them, you deny your own evolution. I'm not here to deny my own evolution. So boom, there's one rule. And then it's like, okay, so how I feel, right? And then just learning how to look at life so that you can evolve, right? Um, but yeah, that's putting y'all on game part 2. Bow. In between calls, baby. In between calls. Mr. Stone, what up, baby?